years.
Okay.
So, and in that time, what I've learned, and I mean, I would say this later, but what I've learned is that there's so much going on, including Sherry. I mean, I went down to the States to meet folks like Sherry and Mary Ellen Copeland with the RAP program, and knew that it was really important to bring that information back here. So I see myself, my role as a messenger, making connections, bringing programs together.
Just for a moment, we'll back up, Anne. Could you let us know your full name, and are you affiliated with an organization? If so, you could share that.
Okay,
and,
just like that much of my, yeah.
Yeah, just
I have a little bit of what I can say, what I'm doing, where I'm connected, the things.
Sure, and perhaps you can add some thoughts as you were going on about the intentional peer framework model. I guess that's the best word.
I actually have 3 programs that I talk about and do, and this is one. And I'm really 3 recovery education programs, and this is one of them. So I would frame it that way.
Beautiful.
Is to put the 3 together, and I say they're core programs, and I have a way of explaining it, so I can
go ahead.
I can do that. So
go ahead. Yeah. All right. Just start with just your basic intro. Elevator speech about who you are. Is that the right word?
Okay. Well, my name is Anne Thompson.
Okay.
And I'm a recovery educator. That's the best way to put it. I'm a person with lived experience, and my recovery journey was typical of a number of other folks, and that was some people go to work. Other people do other. Me, it was about school, and I think I felt that I actually needed to find out whether I damaged my brain or not with my experiences. So I wasn't with the intention of. I'm a social worker now. That wasn't on the radar at the time. It was a healing process. So I just took one course. Went to see whether I could handle a course. I have a university background from a number of years ago, but this was part of my healing. And the pathway along the way was, well, maybe I should take a psychology course. Maybe I could find out what happened to me. I'm very much a self-help person, so this was part of it. And that led me through psychology into a bachelor of social work, and now a master's in social work, which when I finished the schooling, it was a 7-year process, I ended up being asked to develop, and this is probably where most of my work started, a course at York for the graduate students at York in social work, a critical perspectives on mental health, an introduction to mental health recovery, because that's what I did my research on. And so from then, doing that piece was when I started I wanted to know. There were 2 things. One was, and this is at the core of everything that I do, I think, is that I didn't learn anything about mental health recovery in the psychology courses, the social work, and this was, I'm not talking a long time ago, I'm talking from 96 to 2003, I'm not hearing anything about mental health recovery. I finally found out about it, and so I feel I'm a messenger because we need to know about this. We need to know how to help. We need to get a message that people can and do recover. And so I've spent a lot of my time gathering resources so that I can share them with other people. And along the way, I've really, I discovered 3 what I would call core recovery education programs. And they're very practical, hands-on, and I think they're the underpinning of us being able to start or go through our journey, the early part of our journey. And the first one that I got involved with was called RAP, Wellness, Recovery, Action Planning. And that was an American program, a very close colleague of Sherry Means, who started RAP in 1996, so it's a 10-year program. And that program is really about, I don't like to use medical language, but it's like managing your symptoms. It's a core starting program because you look at what would wellness, or what was wellness for you, what do you believe you need to do on a daily basis to stay well, what are wellness tools that you use daily to help you feel good to stay well. And then you shift into a place to look at your self-awareness around what unseats you from that place of wellness. And that's triggers, early warning signs, and those are the kinds of things we don't just, I always say, we don't just talk about them, we do planning, action planning ourselves, and not something that somebody else tells us, but what do we know that, what helps you? You identified that trigger. What do you do when that happens to get yourself feeling well again? And it's really, that self-awareness, and then we go to when things are breaking down, getting worse or breaking down, and only after that do we talk about crisis planning. Because the whole idea is we want to be up in that, that front end. So it's very much a prevention program. It's very much a foundational program for folks to, number one, to get a message that people can and do recover, and then the other message, well, 3 messages, that there's hope that the same thing could happen for me, and the third one is, you know what, we have to take personal responsibility for ourselves, and it's self-help. So, and I love self-help. I mean, that's the essence of, that's what I did. I tried to figure out how to help myself out, because giving me medication wasn't gonna cut it. I'm not a medication person, so I was resisting that anyway. So I had to figure out, well, what can I do? And I have to know myself well enough to know what triggers me or what gets me into a difficult place, and how am I going to get back from it.